Your Highness, Your Majesty, Your Excellency. The clownfish are doing absolutely perfectly. You comfy? Whatever, I'm not David Attenborough, do you know what I mean? What's going on, everyone? Andrew from Riddler Reptiles, back again with another one. Right, so this one, hopefully, is going to be quite a good one. So as the thumbnail and the title says, this is an update on all of my animals. All of them. So yeah, we're going to have a look. So basically, we're going to look and see at some of the enclosures I've done already and see how they're looking now a little while after. See if any of the animals have destroyed the beautiful setups I've made up for them, or whether the plants are alive or not, and things like that. You're going to see every single snake from adults to babies, an update on the babies as well. That's it. Let's get on with it. Let me know who your favorite is. Let me know what you think of the setups. Let me know some stuff in the comments below. I always like hearing from you all, and your support means the absolute world to me. Oh, those claws though, boy. Those claws. Good Lord. All right, so we're still working on socializing. Yeah. Oh, hang on, where are you going? So, are you going up there? It's scatty. I'm not going to lie. It's quite scatty. This is really good. Oh! Like, those claws are absolutely no joke. Like, they have just gone right into me there. I used to do this a lot more often. Do you want a full disclaimer? I got a little bit scared of him because offering him my hand, just automatically assumed it was food and was trying to bite me as well as the locust. Now, the claws, I haven't really got a problem with. They're sharp, they hurt. I'm scratched up already, but it doesn't mean it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Right, so it turns out that at that last jump that you saw, one of us accidentally switched my microphone off. So here we are, and I'm just pointing out that there's his basking spot, which is still the same as it was in the Roughneck care guide that I put up about a month or two ago. That's still doing really well, so thank you for that. He's got his sleeping areas, he's got his hiding areas, his water bowl needs topping up, vertical climbing areas because he is an arboreal species, more climbing opportunities, water bowl, I guess you could call it, to soak in. And basically I just reiterated again that roughnecks do spend a lot of time in water, and they've actually developed a scale in their nostril, which means that they can shut the scale as such and stop the water getting in, so they can stay submerged for a while. Just then I'm pointing at the nest box, which I built with the help of Paul from Paul's Monitors. I've got a video about that coming up soon, which will be quite cool. It won't be a long one. Then yeah, the substrate's exactly the same. He's still got that basking area, more climbing opportunities. Everything in his enclosure is pretty much the same at the moment. And then at this point, I remember very distinctly, essentially what I'm saying to you is that Ragnar has made me fall in love with this species in general. He himself is an amazing animal, but the more I spend time with him, the more I want to learn about him, where he comes from, what his species is like, what they do, how they act. And I'm just really proud of him and myself as an animal keeper as well. So yeah, that's Ragnar for this one. Apologies that, oh, bang, gotcha. And yeah, and with that, let's move on to the next animal. Okay, so you see this? You see the way she sat? This dragon is one who is made up of pure audacity and sass. And why is that? Obviously, in the last video, you saw the beautiful new scape I did for her. Bioactive, you know, mix of soil, substrate, all of that. Put her some live plants. So do you remember that snake plant that I put in the back? Well, this one here, so spoiled. I've had to move it to here, okay? It's too big, it doesn't really fit there, but it will do until she's in her new bigger enclosure. Because this one here, right, let me pause this a second, otherwise you're going to hear the dirty screeching noise. Previously, this was in here. I don't know if you remember this being here in the last video, and I moved it out because there was no room for it. Now, she used to, and probably will from tonight, just sleep upright on there, right? She'd go up, climb on it, and fall asleep, basically, upright. I got rid of it, thinking, well, it's not a big deal. It's not like she's going to remember or think about that, or... Well, that's why she kept squashing the plant, we think, because she was trying to climb up into that corner to fall asleep. So, Your Highness, Your Majesty, Your Excellency, I have removed that plant and I have put that back in the exact same position for you. Oh, look what you've done to your water as well. That was topped up this morning. That's still doing okay. I think she bit the flower off and the rest are doing okay. So that is the update on Queen Rango. Look at her. The sass. The audacity. So I'll keep you updated and we'll see if that's really what she wanted or not. Apart from that, the enclosure is still looking quite good. All right. Now, unfortunately, we have to go from that glorious enclosure to Diego's not so amazing enclosure. It's okay. Look at him. He's so cool. You're such a handsome dragon. No changes here yet. Still got the fake greenery. Still got his basking spots, nice big log there. He will be getting upgraded to a bioactive enclosure or semi-bioactive at some point. But apart from that, he's looking as glorious as ever. And that's when, I don't know if I've ever shown it before, but there's the tip of his tail that was bitten off before we rescued him. But yeah, look at him, handsome dragon. You're such a handsome boy. Look at those eyes. This is why we fell in love with you, buddy. Yeah. But yeah, that's Diego's enclosure. And that is both of the bearded dragons up to date. Say goodbye, buddy. Now, Mr. Histofer, the not so little baby banana, has got a... Ragnar, can you calm down? Has got an upgrade as well. Now, before anyone starts calling me a hypocrite and talking to me about the snake rack, yes, I've said it before, I'll say it again. The snake racks are, or the snake rack is going. However, he's gone from his temporary baby setup to a sort of juvenile setup for now. Obviously, he's staying with us forever. He's not going anywhere. So when Reptile Room 2.0 comes along, he will be getting a full enclosure built for him as well. But look at the little baby speckles coming through. Such a handsome little boy. But yeah, he's got obviously leaf litter, sphagnum moss, some pieces of wood, some cork bark to hide under, a hide, obviously a bowl of water. But yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. He's powering his food. Honestly, he's a little beast. But yeah, that's Histofer, which, thanks to you guys, is his name. Right, let's do a very quick update on the fish tank as well. Obviously, like I said, all animals. Hello. The clownfish are doing absolutely perfectly. I will hopefully be doing a whole video on the update of this tank. The lights are currently off. The corals are, well, this one's not come out because the lights are off. That one I'm almost certain is dead. And that one hasn't seen the light of day for a little while. I've been battling that shit. So that's standard hair algae, but I've also been dealing with cyanobacteria as well. I think I'm nearly on top of it. My phosphates are nearly at 0. The algae isn't coming back. Basically my levels, my parameters, sorry, are really starting to balance out now. I've rearranged the rock so that I've got more flow. There's the little power head back there, the big power head there, but I think I need a bigger one. Luckily, the fish are all right. That's my main concern. It's a shame about the corals, but obviously I don't want my fish to die. The 2 peppermint shrimp are still all right. I saw them the other day. I'm down 1 Mithrax crab, and the majority of the snails are still okay as well. But I'll go more into depth about this tank at some point at some point soon. There's a dog in the tank. But yeah, so that's just an update on that. We are getting there, I think. Well, I was going to save her for a bit later on in the video, but let's have a look at Aya Bear now. Hello, Aya Bear. Would you like to say hello to the people of YouTube? Hey, hey, my sweet little puppy who turns 3 years old this year. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I did say all of the animals, so. Oh my goodness. This dog is just a character, just full of character. Look at this. Look at that stupid dog. Huh? You're silly. You're silly. Boop. Oh my goodness, I adore you. Oh my goodness, I adore you. But yes, this is Aya Bear. For those of you who haven't met her, the nearly 3-year-old golden retriever. Dumb baby. Hello. You comfy? Okay, so obviously you guys saw me do a video on redoing Lando's enclosure. It's okay. I definitely could have done some things better since. So you can see there's a lot of foam now starting to show, which isn't a problem. It's just because of what I used. I used orchid bark instead of Koya brick or something like that. That was impatience. That was me being very, very impatient. The rest of it is all right. That plant is surviving. These ones, again, I don't know what they're called, but they're surviving anyway. That one didn't, as you can see. That one didn't, as you can see. And here he is here, just some previous footage of the handsome boy before he went in to his new enclosure. Look at him. Big, handsome Chungus Lando. Now, this means one thing and one thing alone. 1, 2. So this one here, and please excuse the little bit of stuck shed on her nose. I know it's there. She's only just come out of shed the other day. If she hasn't got it off by tomorrow, I'll get it off. Now this one here is actually leaving us at some point, as far as we're aware. But anyway, it's okay. It's got the fake plants. It's got the hides. It's just pure beardy, Leo life sand. Yeah, it needs to be redone. As I was saying, anyway, I've got distracted. This one's actually leaving us at some point. However, I don't want her to just go like this because we're giving her to one of M's friend's daughters. And I don't want her to go with a very basic setup and for her to think that that's perfect, because it's not. I'm going to change the heat mat to overhead heat. If I get time and money, I will install a UV unit for her as well. But if not, I'll just suggest that they do that in the future, or I can help. But yeah, another one that needs to go bioactive, because again, I was maybe not led astray, but I was told that these guys needed 0 humidity, which look how that's going. Our little, I think she possibly had a bit of MBD in her, one of her little front feet. She is hidden at the minute. I'll see if she's out later on. But again, it needs redoing. It's got the fake greenery. It's got cork bark, things like that. But again, very, very dry. It's almost like just purely arid. I've got some sphagnum moss in there and the humid hides and, oh, plop. But yeah, it's just not good enough. So that is what those are for. I'm going to be redoing both of these enclosures. We're only keeping this one, but I want to do them both. Oh, she's just popped out to say hello. Off she goes again, possibly. Oh, she's so pretty. She's our Max Snow. And off she goes. Beautiful. Yeah? Go on, sweetheart. Off you go. Okay, big girl Josie. The plants, I think, are surviving. Actually, I don't know if you lot have seen these plants. So she's in there, in her big hide. That one I know is called Pothos. All right, I'd say I know. That is looking really nice. I don't know how that survived so well. This one looks like it's been slightly crushed, I think. But very pretty. And in the back, you can see some more plants as well. We'll get in that side in a second, but actually not too bad. I'm really happy with how this one was looking. So yeah, let's have a look at this side as well then. So there you go. So this one, that's, I don't know what that's called, to be fair. I don't know why I'm trying to lie and pretend I know what they're called, but yeah, she's got her cool hide over there. climbing branches, which she uses. I've seen her using it, although she does like sitting on that loop that she's created. I'll throw in maybe a quick clip here. But this is looking beautiful. I'm really happy with this one. It's only going to get better. She's going to get upgraded again in the future, as they all are. But it just looks like an awesome little, you know, I don't want to say rainforest because they're not from the rainforest, but a tropical, let's call it tropical. Even that's probably not accurate, but it looks like a nice little, whatever you want to call it. Whatever, I'm not David Attenborough, do you know what I mean? All right, let's have a quick look at Dumb and Dumber here. Charlie and Blue, otherwise referred to as Blueberry. He'll be back in a second anyway, don't worry about him. So let's have a look at this noisy bastard here. He's probably not going to show off how noisy he is right now because he's going to try and make me look silly. Hello, sweetheart. Charlie! But this cat is the bane of my life when I'm at home. Oh, he's not going to do it now, is he? He's going to try and make me look like a liar. All right, so I could be talking absolute nonsense here because I'm trying to remember this off the top of my head. But Blue is a Seal Point ragdoll, I think he's called. This is not a ragdoll, this is a dongo. And Charlie is a bicolour, I think. Still a ragdoll. They're brothers, they are from the same litter, I guess you could say. Pretty sure that's accurate. I'm sorry, sweetheart, this part isn't about you. You've had your bit. You've had your bit. But yeah, the boys are 9 years old. As you can see, Charlie is quite a bit bigger than his brother. Ragdolls are big cats anyway. But Mr. Blueberry over here is a little bit skinnier because he's got some skin issues at the moment, bless him, so he's not feeling his best self. Right, okay, he's running to go outside, even though I've just let them back inside again. Now this cat makes a lot of noise. Now imagine that all day, because this cat is very, very guilty of doing that all day. Yeah, now it's cute when you hear it once or twice, and it can be funny. However, when you're sat trying to chill, or you're trying to do housework, or you're trying to get the baby to sleep, or things like that, it gets a little bit annoying. Look at his fluffy trousers, look at him, little bastard. See, look, he's acting all coy now, he's pretending. He's pretending because he's trying to make me look like a liar. Aren't you? You're such a shithead. The first royal python that I ever got, who came to me as male, as Jake, who is now Valdis the Vanilla Cream. Look how beautiful this snake is. Now, as you all know, I've been going on about it for weeks, months, if not longer. I'm getting rid of the snake rack, and some of the snakes are being moved on. She is going nowhere. Here is Bjorn. Bjorn is the male banana that is the daddy to all of the baby snakes, which is obviously why we got normals and bananas. There he is there. Floki, the phantom. Beautiful boy. Hey, all these angles though. Now, again, as sad as I'm going to be to see him go, Floki has got a new home to be going to. He was going to be paired to my female lesser to hopefully make karmas, but here's my reasoning for not keeping them, to breed them, to get a karma for myself. My reasoning is there's already many, many, many royal pythons on morph market, some of which are karmas. So why would I breed more snakes to put on morph market just because I have one particular morph I want myself? If I still want one in the future, I'll just buy one from someone else. All right, Pippin. the pastel 100% het clown. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I was actually planning on selling him. My wife had completely different ideas. She's basically fallen in love with this boy and has said that he can't go anywhere. So Pippin is staying with Riddler Reptiles. To be fair, I'm not upset with that. Now, this is Ube, whatever. He is my pinstripe piebald, or pied, whatever you want to call him. Now, at one point, I was thinking he might go because I was going to keep one of the pieds, which was Torvi, the female pastel pied. But I'm going to be honest with you, the character of this boy is superb. I cannot let him go. He's so personable. Of all of my snakes, this one is he's fearless, basically. And he's always there. He's ready to come out. And when he comes out, he's very chilled. And let's not beat around the bush. He's beautiful. I mean, just look at those patterns. Who doesn't love a pied? So yeah, Ube is very much staying with Riddler Reptiles. Aren't you, big boy? He is. Look at him. This handsome boy here is Gary, the gravel. Look at that patterning. Now, I'm going to ask you a question. Have you got, or have you ever had, a pet of any kind called Gary? There's not many people that I know that have never had a pet called Gary. This is Gary, our gravel. Unfortunately, Gary is leaving us. I'm sorry, big gal, Gazaroonie, but unfortunately, mate, you're going to go to a nice home. Well, that's not really unfortunate then, is it? This big and very beautiful girl here is Egret, the pastel Enchi. At the minute, she's not going anywhere because she has locked up with Bjorn a few times this year. When I was still planning on breeding and pairing up and things like that, I did have 2 pairings going on, as you saw in a previous video. That was Egret to Bjorn for the all gene animal would be a banana pastel Enchi. Now, obviously, because I don't know if she's going to have eggs or not, she's not going anywhere just yet. Even if she does or doesn't lay, I don't know if I can get rid of her because this is a really beautiful snake. Again, very personable as well. So I don't know, but we'll see. But for the meantime, I'm just going to keep enjoying her. Now, once again, speaking of snakes that aren't going anywhere, this girl right here is going absolutely nowhere. This is Callie. She's our cinnamon calico. Now, why is she not going anywhere? Well, she's not my snake. After a little while of keeping some snakes, my wife, Em, who didn't start that keen on snakes, ended up falling in love with them. She then got onto Morph Market. She ended up seeing Callie. From that moment on, she needed this snake. So, Callie is my wife's, and she isn't going anywhere. She's going to get a nice upgrade in the future when we're in the next reptile room. Look at her beautiful colours. Really, really beautiful snake. This is another one that is staying with Riddler Reptiles. Okay, this is Lagatha, the lesser. I've fallen in love with this snake. I adore her. I adore her personality. I adore the way she looks. But unfortunately, she is going elsewhere. Now, again, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why? You've just said you've fallen in love with her. How can you get rid of her? The problem is there has to be a level of priorities. Valdis can't go because she was a birthday present. Callie can't go because I bought her for my wife. You know, and there's others as well. But Lagatha, I would just be keeping selfishly. And the thing is, the more of the snakes that I actually move on, the less I will have, obviously. Meaning the bigger the enclosures for the ones that I do keep. I will be very sad to see Lagatha go. but I know she's going to be going to a good home. This one here is Nora. She is a normal or classic or wild type 66% het clown, same as Lagatha. Now, this is a beautiful snake. All of the wild types are, I think, because there's so much variation in the colours and patterns. They are beautiful animals. However, Nora will be leaving us. I'm actually starting to make myself feel quite sad in this video, but again, listen, I'm doing it for the benefit of all of my animals, including the ones that are going. Okay, Torvi. This is a snake, as you can see by my t-shirt, that isn't going anywhere. That, and she might be full of eggs. Now, the eggs aside, she's beautiful. She's a beautiful, beautiful snake. She's very full of character. And to be honest with you, I couldn't let this one go. Not a chance. Oh, sorry, sweetheart. She is possibly showing signs that she thinks she might have eggs, but we will find out in the next month or so. But she's not going anywhere. Elsa, like Torvi, is a pastel pied, very, very high white. Very high white. In fact, she's even higher white than Torvi is. Again, a beautiful, beautiful snake. That little black mark on her belly, little black scale. But Elsa will be leaving us. Again, going to a very good home. We know she'll be looked after. Now, why am I being so open and telling you? I'm holding my pet snakes and telling you that some of them are leaving and that I'm moving some of them on. Why am I doing that? I'm doing that because I want to be open with everyone. I want to be as transparent as possible. I don't want to get to a couple of years' time and everyone saying, well, what happened to your snakes? You know, you say you love them, but you haven't got half of them. Yeah, I probably won't have half of them, if not more or less, either one. I want to be open because I've got nothing to hide. I already admitted that I made a mistake getting so many and putting them in a rack. I haven't got the time, space, money, anything to be building 14 adult vivariums or buying. So I've admitted to my mistake. I know some of them need to be moved on to good homes. And then that way, the ones that I do keep, I know I've got the time, money, space, all of that to build them correct enclosures, overhead heat, lighting, UVB, all of that. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Basically, it's just to be as transparent as possible, be honest, and just keep you up to date with everyone. But I will be sad to see her go, but at least we'll be keeping Torvi. Okay, Casper, we're going to make this a very quick one because she is in shed. So she's a ghost. So she already looks like she's in shed anyway, but now more so. So I'm not going to keep her out long. And also because, as you can see, she is still quite skinny. She has started putting some weight on. She's eating better, but she is still quite skinny. With that being said, she is being moved on. But the guy I know who she is going to, he has multi-mice, if those of you who know will know. So she is going to be getting very well fed and she will put the weight back on very quickly with him. So I know she's going to a good home. And yeah, she will be missed, but I will be getting kept up to date. But yeah, Casper, unfortunately, is leaving us. But she'll be heading off to hopefully a better life than she's got with me. All right, so I know you've already seen Histofer in his new temporary setup, but that can be a good segue into the rest of the babies. One of them has gone. One of them has gone to its new forever home, free of charge. It was one of the normals, but I know that she's going to be well looked after. She's going to go into a Viv. She's going to have overhead heat. She's going to have UVB, everything she could ever ask for, which is everything I could ever ask for. 5 normals left, 2 bananas left, which are up for rehoming, and 1, 2, 3, who is a much bigger size than the first 2. Yeah. 4, 5 is one of the baby bananas who hasn't been eating as well as its wild type siblings. but has been eating better recently. But that's why the bananas are a little bit smaller. I'm not sure why they've not been eating as well. They just haven't. But they have both started eating properly recently. 6. And that, everyone, is that. That is everyone. You've seen everyone from rough and scaly to fluffy and stupid. Everyone's doing well. Can't complain. Really happy with how everyone's doing. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Again, like I said at the beginning, please let me know who your favorite is. Let me know who you want to see more of, who you want to see less of. Um, Let me know what you think of some of the enclosures. But that side, everyone, thank you again for your support. As always, please like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the good stuff. And we will see you in the next one. Peace out.